Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you've all had a lovely weekend, and I hope everybody is staying safe and staying at home, and I hope you're all practicing your English. Very good. Now, today we're going to continue, all right, looking at some different activities and also looking at the present perfect grammar that we've studied for the last two classes. Okay. And do you remember saying the questions, have you ever eaten a pizza, or have you ever been to the circus? Questions like this, okay? So remember the present perfect with have and the past participle of the verb. Okay, so we're going to continue that today. Okay, so first we're going to go to our pupils book, and we're going to go to page 67, which is this page here. So you may have a different page in your book. All right, it's lesson 5, vocabulary, listening, and speaking. All right, vocabulary, listening, and speaking. So, first of all, let's have a look at the picture up here. Okay, so what we have here is a picture of people doing different activities. Okay, so some activities, some words you may recognize from the last class. Okay, now, each one is a phrase, is an activity that uses a verb. Okay, make a sculpture, play in an orchestra, act in a play. Okay, so what we're going to do first, pause the video and see if you can identify each activity. Okay, so for example, let's take a nice easy one. There's one that we know, sing in a choir. Okay, so let's take this. Which number shows people singing in a choir? Right, it's number 4. All right, so we can write number 4 next to sing in a choir. Now, try and identify all of the activities yourself. Okay, pause the video. Have you finished? Let's have a look, see if you got it right. Okay, so we'll go through each one, okay? So we have juggle, play in an orchestra, paint a portrait, sing in a choir, make a film, act in a play, compose music, create a comic, write a poem, and make a sculpture. Okay, so let's have a listen and see if we got them correct.
1. Act in a play. 2. Play in an orchestra. 3. Juggle. 4. Sing in a choir. 5. Create a comic. 6. Write a poem. 7. Compose music. 8. Make a sculpture. 9. Paint a portrait. 10. Make a film.
Okay, very good. Did you get all of them correct? Okay, make sure in your book you've got the correct numbers by the activity. Okay, very good. All right, and now we're just going to listen and repeat. Okay, and practice our pronunciation. Let me have a quick look in here. Okay, so now you can listen and repeat.
Act in a play. Compose music. Create a comic. Juggle. Make a film. Make a sculpture. Paint a portrait. Play in an orchestra. Sing in a choir. Write a poem.
Okay, did you repeat all of them? Very good. Okay, so these are some different activities we can do. Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go to our notebook, okay? And we're going to have the title Verb Phrases. Okay, so the title is Verb Phrases, and the date today is Monday, the 6th of April, 2020. Okay, so copy this into your notebook. All right. Now, what we're going to do, first thing, so these are all the verbs from the phrases we have just looked at. Okay, and what I want you to do is write the past participle of the verbs next to this. Okay, next to the main verb. Okay, now if you remember the past participle for regular verbs, it's with ed. Okay, and for irregular verbs, we have to look in our irregular verb table. Okay, which is, if we have a look, it might be in the activity book. Oh no, here in the pupils book. Okay, so the irregular verbs, we have to look at, we find the verb here and we have to look at the third column here where it says past participle. Okay, and that's on page 126 of your books. All right, this list here. So that's for irregular verbs. All right, so we're going to make the past participle of these verbs. Now, the verbs that I've put in red are irregular. Okay, so you have to look those up in the back of your book. All right, now the others are regular verbs, so all you have to do is put ed. Okay, pause the video and do this. Okay, have you finished? That's correct. Okay, so you should have these copied in your notebook. So the past participle of sing is sung. The past participle of make is made. The past participle of play, played. The past participle of act, acted. The past participle of compose, composed. Oh. Well, past participle of juggle, juggled. The past participle of write is written. That one's irregular, so you should have looked that one up. Oh, not like this, like this. Past participle of create is created, and the past participle of paint is painted. Okay, so make sure you have those correct in your notebook. Okay, now when you have this written down, this is what I want you to do. Do you remember in the last class we made questions with have you ever? Okay, so what I would like you to do is go back to page, let's see, what was it, 60, not this one, back to page 67, back to this page. Okay, and I want you to make 4 questions using have you ever and then one of these activities. Okay, now remember you have to put the verb in the past participle like we've just done. All right, so one example. Okay, so if I take compose music, all right, I'm going to make the question, have you ever composed music? Okay, and I use the past participle of the verb composed. Okay, so using those activities, make 4 more questions with have you ever. Okay, and remember you need to use the past participle. All right, and when you finish that, you can take a picture, all right, and you can send it in by email or WhatsApp. Okay, have you finished? Okay, good. Now, let's go back to our pupils book. Okay, so now we're going to do a listening activity. Okay, So we're going to a listening activity. Now, in this activity, there are 3 people, okay, and they're going to talk about things they have done. All right. Now, if we have a look, the 3 people are named Tim, Polly, and Robbie. Okay. So if we go in our notebooks, okay, make a bit of space. Okay. And we're going to just put, we'll put exercise 2, page 67. Okay. So exercise 2. Exercise 2, page 67. Okay. And we're going to put person 1, person 2, and person 3. Okay. And we can say, I'll just put the 3 names here. So it's Tim, Robbie, and the 3rd person was Polly. Polly. Okay. Okay, so these are the 3 people, right? So you have to think which is person 1, which is person 2, which is person 3. All right. So if you look on the chart in your book, okay, so person 1, right, and there's a tick by the things they've done. All right. First, let's name these activities. Okay. What activity is this? All right. This is creating a comic. Okay, creating a comic. This is juggle. Is that make a film? Compose music. Act in a play. Now, a play is a theatre performance, if you don't remember. Act in a play. And paint a portrait. Okay? So person 1 has created a comic, has juggled, has made a film, and has painted a portrait. But they haven't composed music and they haven't acted in a play. All right, so we're going to listen, and you're going to tell me the names of each person. Who is person 1, who is person 2, and who is person 3? Okay, and then we can write it in our notebook. All right. So, are you guys ready? Okay, let's listen.
Okay, Polly and Tim. Let's see who's done the most things. Have you ever juggled?
I have. Have you juggled, Tim?
Yes, I have too.
And I have. So that's all of us. Have you ever painted a portrait?
No, I haven't. Have you, Tim?
I have. I painted a portrait of my brother last week. He didn't like it much.
I painted a portrait too. I love painting.
Just so you know, the person who's asking the questions is Robbie. Okay, let's continue.
Right, the next question. Have you made a film or have you acted in a play?
I've made a film and I've acted in a play.
And I've made a film. Polly and I made a film together. But I haven't acted in a play. What about you, Robbie?
I haven't made a film or acted in a play. Right. What about music? Have you ever composed music, Polly?
No, I haven't. That's really hard. I like singing, but I haven't composed music.
I haven't composed music. But you like music a lot, Robbie. Have you ever composed music?
Yes, I have. We compose music in piano club. And the last question. Have you created a comic?
That's easy. We've all created a comic. We created a comic in school together last term.
So who's done the most things?
Okay. Did you get the names of the people? Okay, did you see who's who? Now, pause the video, go back, and listen one more time. Okay, and you decide which person is Tim, which person is Polly, and which person is Robbie. Okay. Good. Have you all finished? Let's have a look at our answers. So, person number 1 is Tim. Okay. He's made a film and he's painted a portrait, but he hasn't composed music and he hasn't acted in a play. Good. Our next person is Polly. So person number 2 is Polly. Okay. And Polly has created a comic. She has juggled. She has made a film and she has acted in a play, but she hasn't composed music and she hasn't painted a portrait. And person 3 is Robbie, is the one asking the questions. Okay, so he's created a comic, he's juggled, he hasn't made a film, he has composed music, he hasn't acted in a play, but he has painted a portrait. Okay, very good. Hey, all correct. Well done. Okay, so Tim, Polly, Robbie. So you should have the answers in your notebook, yeah? So Tim was number 1, Polly was number 2, and Robbie was number 3. Okay? Okay, good. Did you get all of the answers? Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Good. Now that we've finished this, all right, we're going to go to our activity book. All right. All right, we're going to go to our activity book. Now, our first exercise is just remembering the different activities, okay? Now you have some of the words here, they have the letters mixed up, okay? So you have to put the letters in the correct order and then put them in the correct phrase, okay? So like here we have the word make, all right? But it's all the letters are mixed up, M-A-K-E, right? So make, and then that goes here, make a sculpture, okay? Make a sculpture. So pause the video and see if you can get all of the phrases. Now, if you don't remember, okay, just have a look back in your pupil's book. Okay, have a look here. All right, and then it'll help you. All right, good. Have you finished? Let's correct. Okay, so number 1 is make a sculpture. Number 2, sing in a choir. All right, that's this one. Huh? Number 3, act in a play. So that's this one. I think they're in order. Yeah. Act. Number 4, play in an orchestra. Good. Number 5 is make a film. Yep, so film. Number 6 is compose music. All right, compose music. Number 7 was write a poem. Yeah. And number 8, juggle. Juggle. Okay. Make sure you have all the correct answers in your activity book. Very good. Okay, now, okay, we're going to do a little reading exercise. Okay, a little reading exercise. All right, it's about juggling. Now, juggling, just to remind you, is when you have 3 things and you're throwing them up in the air all the time like this. Okay? Can you juggle? I can juggle a little bit, but not very good. Okay, well, this is a text about juggling, all right? Now, there are 6 sentences about the text, and what we have to do, we have to say if they're right, we write A, if they're wrong, we write B, or if it doesn't say, right? In which case we put C, all right? So is it right or wrong or it doesn't say? Let's have a look, all right? Let's read through. Now, remember, when we do a reading exercise, it's always important to highlight the answers in the text, okay? So we can do that together. Okay, let's read. Juggling. We don't know who were the first people to juggle, but the first picture of jugglers is by the ancient Egyptians. The picture shows women dancing and throwing small black balls into the air. Today, we see people juggling at the circus or on the streets. People juggle with all sorts of things, balls, rings, clubs, or even tennis rackets. Some jugglers use more dangerous objects like knives or fire torches. Many people can juggle with 3 balls, but an English juggler called Alex Barron holds the world record. In 2013, he juggled with 13 balls and didn't drop any of them. So doing it with 13 balls, ridiculous. 3 is very difficult. Okay, so did you understand everything? Okay, now you can pause the video and read again. Okay, now let's answer the questions. So the first one, the example, it says all Egyptian women knew how to juggle. And they've put C because it doesn't say. It says the first picture of jugglers is by the ancient Egyptians, and it shows women juggling, but we don't know if all Egyptian women knew how to juggle. Okay. Let's look at number 2. We know that the ancient Egyptians were the first people to juggle. Is that right, wrong, or doesn't say? Let's have a look in the text. Can you find where it says in the text? It's the very first sentence. Look, it says, we don't know who were the first people to juggle. We don't know. Okay, so the answer here, well, what's the answer? Right, wrong, or doesn't say? Number 3, there are jugglers in circuses. There are jugglers in circuses. Let's have a look in the text. Okay. Today, we see people juggling at the circus or on the streets. That can tell us our answer. Let's highlight. Okay, so there are jugglers in circuses. Right, wrong, or doesn't say? Good. Let's look at number 4. It's hard to juggle with tennis rackets. It's hard, so that means it's difficult. Now, does it say it's difficult to juggle with tennis rackets? Let's have a look. People juggle with all sorts of things, balls, rings, clubs, or even tennis rackets. Some jugglers use more dangerous objects like knives or fire torches. Well, it doesn't say if it's difficult or not. So, what's the answer? A, B, or C? Number 5. No one juggles with knives because it's dangerous. No one, nobody. Let's see what it says in the text. Oh, it says here, some jugglers use more dangerous objects like knives or fire torches. Some jugglers use more dangerous objects like knives or fire torches. And here it says no one juggles with knives because it's dangerous. Is that right, wrong, or doesn't say? Okay, and the last one. Alex Barron can juggle with 13 balls. Let's see what it says in the text. Alex Barron. And let's see. He juggled with 13 balls and didn't drop any of them. Alex Barron can juggle with 13 balls. Is that right, wrong, or doesn't say? Okay, did you get all your answers? Okay, let's have a look. All right, so first one is C, doesn't say. We know number 2, we know that Egyptians were the first people to juggle. B, that is wrong. 3, there are jugglers in the circus. A, correct. Number 4, it's hard to juggle with tennis rackets. Doesn't say. C. Number 5, no one juggles with knives because it's dangerous. B, that's not correct. It's wrong. And 6, Alex Barron can juggle with 13 balls. It's A, that's correct. Okay. Did you get all of the correct answers? Good. Make sure you have all of it correct and the phrases highlighted in the book. Okay. Now, we're going to go back to the notebook very quickly. All right. And one last thing to copy down. Okay. Now, in English, we use different verbs for different activities. Okay. Different verbs for different activities. Now, it's very important that that you remember the correct verbs to use when talking about activities. Okay, it's something very important in English. All right, we use using the correct words, basically. All right, use the correct verbs with the correct activities. Okay, and here are some examples for you to copy down. All right, copy this in your notebook. Play guitar, for example. Do my homework. Go to school. Or make my bed. Now, if you don't know make my bed, that's when if you get up in the morning and then you put all the things on your bed so it's nice and neat and tidy and clean. Okay, you make your bed. All right, so these are examples of using different verbs with different activities. Okay, now these 4 verbs are the ones that are used most of all. Okay, play, do, go, and make. All right, so when you finish copying this, we can go back to our activity book. Okay, all right, and it says here, right, we'll just have a quick look. Word building, right? And then we have those verbs, make, do, go, or play. And it says these verbs are often used with activities. For example, make a cake, do a puzzle, go camping, play tennis. Okay, so which verbs do we use with each of these activities? Do you know? Okay. Let's think, all right? So we have a choice of 4 verbs, all right? The 4 that we looked at, make, do, go, or play, okay? So when we say my homework, which verb do we use? Make my homework, do my homework, go my homework, or play my homework? Okay, if you look in your notebook, you should have the answer, all right? The answer is do my homework, so we write the verb do here, do my homework. Let's complete the rest of them with the correct verb. Make, do, go, or play. Okay? You can pause the video. Have you finished? Okay, now let's correct. So, number 2, go horse riding. Number 3, make my bed. Number 4, go for a walk. Number 5, do sport. Number 6, play the piano. Number 7, do yoga. And number 8, make a film. Okay? So, make sure you have all of these correct, okay? And it's very important to use the correct verb with the correct activity. All right. Good. Do you have everything correct? Excellent. All right. So, what you can do on your own, okay, is you can think of some more phrases that use these verbs, okay? So another activity that we say make or do or go or play, right? So for example, here we have play the piano. I can also play football, all right? Or we can look at the examples here, play tennis, okay? So think of some more activities that we can use with each of these verbs, all right? You can either look in your book, okay? Look in other areas of the book, all right? You can look on internet, all right? Or just use your brains and your memory, okay? Now, when you finish this, you can take a picture and send it to the email and or to the WhatsApp, okay? Just like with your notebook. Good. Finished? Excellent. Let's go back to our notebook and we're going to do one more thing for today, okay? So I want you to say which of the activities in exercise 1, page 67, have you done? Okay? I'll put that in bold. So which of these activities have you done? Wait. Excuse me. Okay. So what I want you to do is, well, we can go back to our pupils book. All right. So out of these activities, okay, which of these activities have you done? Okay. If you've done one of these activities, I want you to make a sentence. Okay. For example, okay, I'll put example with an X. Okay. Example. Okay. I have composed music, for example. Okay. I have composed music. All right. So, for each of the activities that you've done, okay, each of the activities, you have to write a phrase. I have, okay, and then whatever the activity is. Remember to put the verb in the past participle, right? Just like I did here. I didn't put compose, I put composed with ed, okay? So, write one phrase for each activity that you have done, okay? Hopefully everybody should have at least 3 phrases, okay? Do at least 3 phrases, okay? So which of these activities have you done? All right, write it in your notebook, and you can take a picture, okay, and send it with all the other bits of work, okay? Now, we're going to finish with this today. All right, we're going to finish with this. Next class is going to be a live class on Wednesday, so I will actually get to, I will actually get to a chance to talk to you, or on Thursday, depending which group. Okay, so I'll have a live class on Wednesday, live class on Thursday. All right, and you'll be able to ask me questions. All right, and we've got a couple of activities that we can do together, and we can practice our speaking. Okay, but for now, make sure you have this page finished in your pupils book. Make sure you have this page finished, and make sure you have all of the correct things written in your notebook. Okay, very good. So if that's everything, then we can finish for today. I look forward to talking to everybody on Wednesday and on Thursday in our live class. And for now, take it easy, and I will see you on Wednesday. I'll see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.